All right. Let's transition over. Hey, welcome, guys. We're back.
We are back. Season 2. Peace to you all.
Big John, your producer, our host. Big Tony Allen. Big Don Wolfe Montgomery. Down here at the famous Farmhouse Diner
and Pizzeria. Yeah.
And we would like to thank our sponsors, Tract Outdoors, Granny Made Cheesecake, Jessica D. Williams Photography, Sloan Chiropractic, the Parkway Peddlers Mall, Creekside Stitching and more, and Appalachia TCG.
Guys, Creekside Stitching and more. If you ain't visited them, you need to. Look at these hats we got on. They make t-shirts and hats.
Farmhouse Diner.
Hunting hat for this season. They got pig feed, hog feed, dog wormer. They'll worm your cat or fix your chickens or feed your hogs. They got it all down at Creekside. I'm telling you, turn up Bear Ranch and check them out. They got everything.
Yeah,
and they got free bubble gum.
All for out 30.
You go in and you buy something, they got a whole basket of free bubble gum.
You don't get that every day.
Free bubble gum. You don't get nothing free anymore.
Get that.
I'm telling you, it's free. Free bubble gum.
Free bubble gum.
Bear Ranch.
Do you understand that everybody gets free coffee here but me?
Oh,
you didn't know that.
We charge you double.
I bring my own coffee. I don't know why.
Do you have to grind it too?
No.
Okay.
It's all right though. It's a privilege to be here. We missed you all.
We're back.
We are back. So, guys, can you tell us a little bit what the Appalachian Connections podcast is about, Tony?
Well, we just do a lot of fun, entertaining stuff. We always do a cuisine, Appalachian cuisine. Tonight we're going to have fresh squirrel gravy and pickled quail eggs. For all you that don't know, them quail eggs, they're about the size of a bottle of bubble gum. And you boil them just like a chicken egg and pickle them and pickle bologna juice. You can't sit still and eat them. So we're going to have that, and we're going to have some squirrel gravy. And squirrel gravy, especially during the Great Depression era, there wasn't no deer around here, and people was pretty much starving to death, so they eat squirrel. That was one of their biggest cuisines. And the deer around here were gone during that era because they hunted them out. And listen, back then, if a deer got in your garden and destroyed your corn, your child may starve to death. So you dispatch the deer. Little different times.
Well, you eat the corn and the deer.
You just eat it all. Just eat anything and everything. You know, eat everything.
For you fans out there wondering if Big John's ever ate either, I have not. I've not ate squirrel or quail eggs.
Well, they didn't fix any squirrel heads. I was going to eat the brains. You know.
I guess I'm a city boy, son. I don't know.
We've got a guest over here. I don't know who he is.
Picked him up on the side of the road.
Walked in off the street. So
John ain't really a city boy. He's refined hillbilly.
I'm a redefined modern hillbilly.
I had a lady tell me the other night. She said, "Well,
how close is that to a hillbilly?"
I'm pretty close. Pretty close to a hillbilly.
I've been into the manure and the hay and the tobacco.
She told me, she said, "You're not really a redneck, but you don't come across as feminine." She said, "You're somewhere in the middle." I said, "Well, that's a good thing."
Who?
Glenna.
What?
Glenna told me that.
About you?
Yeah.
Well, you got a feminine side. You've always had that. But there ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean,
he did say you like that lotion or something.
I like flowers, you know. And
the body wash.
Let me take you to the tail. This is the tail. I was in the service. I was a good shopper in Fort Pitt. I shopped. Rifle back all the time they want me to be a sniper. My company commander, when he wanted me, he'd say, "Go get my old Kentucky squirrel on right in." That's what he called me, old Kentucky squirrel.
Well, squirrel's good eating if you know how to fix it. It's about like anything else, you know. You gotta know how to fix it.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah, you got to have it. Guys, if you are interested in a sponsorship down here with us, we'll sure give you a shout out. We appreciate all our sponsors. Like I said,
we got all kinds of sponsors.
Avian over at Creekside Stitching and More takes care of us. Down at the Farmers Peddlers Mall, the Peddlers Mall down in Sayersville, they got a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything.
John, we got something new going on up here at the farmhouse. You want to tell them about it?
Well, let's start off with what everybody's been doing, then we'll lead into that. So, Don, what you been doing
since we had
a break? You want me to go first?
Yeah, sure. I forgot. I got to remember.
Tony, what have you been doing since our big hiatus?
Well, I've been working and hunting.
Working and hunting.
Yeah, I'm trying to dodge Amanda.
Uh-oh. You ain't doing a good job.
She's extra hateful.
Extra hateful.
So I work a lot and I hunt a lot.
She's supposed to be cooking with love.
I built a rabbit lot for puppies.
You built a rabbit lot?
For puppies. Of course, I've been taking care of Amanda's chickens and quail. We got 20-some head of quail and maybe 7 chickens. So I got all kinds of fresh eggs.
Are
chicken
you
eggs and quail
you getting
eggs.
back to like a homesteading type thing? Or
Homestead.
is that a hobby or is that something
No,
you're
it's more of
going
a happy wife, happy life mentality for me.
Got you.
I ain't really trying to homestead. I'm just trying to do what she wants me to do.
You got your mind right.
She enjoys her chickens and she enjoys her quail, and she works hard, so I take care of the chickens and quail.
Well, yeah.
I mean, it's that simple.
So you just put up some kind of, is that what you're talking about, the rabbit lot?
The rabbit training lot,
okay.
yeah.
Ain't that pretty close to being hen packing?
You can call it that, I guess. I'm all right with that.
Well, Don, what you been doing?
Well, I've been doing a whole lot. I've been
I don't know, we still cooking the music every Friday night.
every Friday night right here at the Farmhouse Diner, live music and entertainment. And I have really what I've been doing is trying to get my health back in shape. I've been doing cardio rehab this summer, and it's really helping me. I think I'm doing real good, and just living the dream, you know.
Yeah. I've been trying to get back in shape too. It ain't happening very fast, but it's really.
Well, I've lost a few pounds, you know, and trying to watch what I eat. And
I did go to the doctor and was below 300, so that was an improvement, I guess.
been trying to do a little
feel
more.
like I am though.
Below 300, John?
Below 300.
That's a good
There
thing.
you go.
It was 299, but still.
And I like to give.
cheeseburger over.
I would usually start off saying this. I forgot, but I've been. My heart doctor said, you know, she thinks my faith and my attitude has really kept me alive as long as it has. And
You do seem happier right now, Don.
I do. I give all the thanks to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
A little happier right now.
Yeah, I am.
You look happy right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, what have I been doing? I've been working. I said we had baseball. That was crazy. You know, then summertime the kids are always over. And, you know, they went back to school. And so now we've started a mini card shop here at the Farmhouse Diner called Appalachia TCG.
A lot of stuff here.
And we host events, you know, on some weekends and, you know, play cards. We got sports cards, collectibles, and more showing up. All
Of course,
that.
John, guys, has got a company called techholler.com where
Yeah.
he'll come around and work on your computers or your. I don't think he does a whole lot with tablets and phones, do you, John? But it's more.
I can fix phones. It's the iPads that's the problem.
But
The iPads are.
if you have a business or just personally, you have a computer that needs worked on.
Well, I mean, John can do it all. He can
Most,
set up web pages, do
mostly
the whole
computers.
deal,
He
you
can
know.
build you a web page for your business. He
Right.
does all the IT here at the farmhouse. So
And
all
he's
the stuff
IT
you
man
see,
for
he does it.
Foothills.
Yep.
He does it for a living, so he's really good at it. And he got with me, and we decided his passion. You know, everybody's got a different passion. I tell people all the time, my passion may be playing checkers. Your passion may be shooting basketball. Everybody's got a different passion, and that
Well,
don't
yeah.
make it wrong. John's passion is he likes cards, trading cards.
Yeah.
And when people think about these cards, they don't think of what they are. They're not, you know, they're trading cards. Basically, like John's got football cards, basketball cards, baseball cards. He's got Pokemon cards.
Pokemon.
big time stuff. It is. I mean, that's a
It
big.
is big.
Yeah.
And it's actually a big market. It's a big
Right.
collector's market.
Yeah.
I see our friend Jay Howard out there on Track Down Outdoors, guys. Go check him out. He's a good guy.
Tracked outdoors.
Does a
Yeah.
lot of hunting and stuff, a lot of videos. Pretty cool. And it's deer season.
I think.
Actually,
Yeah.
that's what
You had the same thought, didn't
yeah,
you?
me and Don's going deer hunting this year. I
Yeah.
ain't been in a few years, and
I
Don
haven't
ain't been in a lot of years, and me and him's going to hit it this year. So
Yeah.
But we're going to ride around.
Yeah,
We're not going to walk much.
we're going to get on the mule, and no, I don't.
Okay.
I don't mean
Yeah.
a real mule. I mean the side by side of
Yeah.
You
You
know,
want to get on a real mule?
no, we're going to get on the. We're going to get on the side by side.
Somebody shoot us, John.
and see if we can kill a deer. And here's the thing. Here's what's going to be. I know what's going to be. Don's going to kill the deer because he's
Yeah.
lucky like that.
He's
And I'm
gonna
going to have to gut it and pack it and
And he's
all
going to brag about it.
And he's going to
for
get all the bragging
a whole
rights,
year.
and I'm going to do all the dirty work.
I put my time in, boy. I have.
Oh, shoot. Well, let's, you know, since today is a kind of, I don't want to call it a special day, but it's a day of remembrance, 9/11.
Yeah.
So, sucks that we started the show back on 9/11, but also all of us have witnessed that 9/11. I'm sure everyone got a story about where we was at during 9/11.
I was, coincident, I was at a place called the Appalachia Motel at the restaurant we used to call the Glass House. And that morning we would go up there, truckers would sometimes, and eat But what, is really bad. It's terrible, and I think we'll ever get over that. But I just can't believe that's been 23 years ago.
That's what's crazy to me.
That's what's crazy with me. I went from a young man to an old man.
How many got killed?
There were over 2,000 people were killed that day.
3,000.
Over 2,000.
So where was you at, Tony?
I was in a college dorm room in Round County, Kentucky, at the Morehead State University, and we saw it on TV in the dorm room that morning, and we went to a couple classes after. Then they canceled classes, and I stopped at a payphone and called the old man, because that's all I knew to do in a panic. And I said, "Dad, what's going on? Where you at, son?" I said, "Well, I'm in town here." "Well, he's on towards Craft Creek," he said. "At least at Craft Creek, we know how to live here." So I said, "Okay, I'll be on that way."
How about you, John? You was really young, man, weren't you?
I was in high school, and so it's like the whole school knew something would happen, something happened, but we really didn't know how big it kind of was either. So we watched it on TV, and it didn't it's hard to kind of, I don't know, I was still a kid, so it's kind of like,
I think it's that way for everybody.
I don't know what's happened here. It's like, how big is this? And it was actually really big. They took down the World Trade Centers, and it showed the plane I don't know how many times going into the buildings during that day, and it was just like that's all was on the TV. Like there was no teaching going on. It was just nothing but people watching planes crashing into these buildings. I didn't even know what the World Trade Center was. To be honest with you, at that time. So
I think that actually started the downfall of the economy, because there's so much stuff in those trade centers, more than I realized, that like to do with the world trade and economy and stuff like that.
Crazy, the people, just the everyday average people, just
it made sense.
I mean, you think about, you get up to go to work your normal day, and then your life's over that fast. It's just crazy to think about.
Yeah, it makes you think how things can change in a heartbeat.
And
if there was a positive note from it, though, if you guys remember back, John, you may not have paid attention, but I know Don did. Our country was so united.
It did unite everybody,
for just that time. And now if you look at us now, God help us,
there's nothing united right now.
We're divided completely down the middle. But for that time, after 9/11, if there was something positive to make out of it, it was how united the people were,
Yeah, it did that.
And it's a shame in a country, a free country, and the greatest country on earth, that it takes a catastrophe to unite our people. I just tell a funny story. We don't get into politics here, but a good friend and neighbor of mine called me today, and he did let me know. I've got beagles, and he let me know, and this is true, man, I can verify this. He let me know, he's my buddy, that he is watching over my beagles so nobody eat them. That's all I'm going to say about it.
I wouldn't want to have a wiener dog right now.
Oh, shoot.
If you know, you know.
But yeah, guys, let us know where you was at during 9/11. We'll try to...
Well, I'd like to tell you about where the farmhouse diner is. I was thinking back today driving up here how pretty this country is.
Yeah.
We're in the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains here, and we're on Route 7, and that's we call it going up the river. This is where the Licking River starts in Magoffin County, and if you look right out here to our left, about 100 yards, is the Licking River, and it's one of the few rivers that flows south to north. Flows into Cincinnati, almost straight across from downtown Cincinnati. And it's just a beautiful place here to live, and that's where the farmhouse diner is located, right off the Mountain Parkway, and we love it here.
Guys, give us a try if you've not been down to see us. We've got pizza, we got burgers, we have a home-cooked meal. Like today, we had soup, beans, cornbread, fried taters, sauerkraut, wieners, mustard greens, just staple Appalachian food. And if you've not been out here, check it out. You come down, you get a free cup of coffee, you can go out in the
Everybody but me.
Whittle with the boys. They've always got a little cedar out there and do a little whittle.
Well, that's a good story. We were sitting outside. Friend of ours was at the end out here. We got some benches outside, and we was whittling. I'm sure most people know what I'm talking about. And there's some people from some motorcycle people came in. They walked out and they was getting ready to leave, and this woman said, "What are you all doing?" And my friend Paul, he said, "We're whittling, honey." And she said, "What is that? What's whittling?" And I said, "Well, it just kind of takes your mind off smoking, or it's therapy, you know." And she took a picture of it, and she's from Cleveland, Ohio State. I thought that was interesting. So I didn't realize people didn't know what whittling was.
Well,
But we-
people don't, son.
But we got to have good cedar and a good sharp knife.
Gonna shoot us a couple words. Some of your fancy words.
You want me to read off some of these comments about where people was at
Yeah, go ahead.
9/11?
Yeah.
So we got our fan Rachel M. Sizemore. I vividly remember it. I was in AP US History, thought we were going to have an easy day because the TV was on. But Mr. Gibson said to watch the news. There was no better history lesson that we could teach than for us to watch it unfold before our eyes. A junior in high school. Ricky Deaton says, I was getting on I-75 in Monroe, Ohio, heading back into Kentucky, driving an 18-wheeler. Jay Howard said he was 5 years old during 9/11. Mr. Tracked Outdoors.
He probably don't remember much
He
about
probably don't remember much.
Yeah.
Avavian, Creekside Stitching. I was in a meeting at West Liberty Tobacco office, and we had a complete lockdown. I refused to stay hit the road and drove like a crazy woman to get to my child from the daycare in Sayersville. It scared me to death, not knowing what the next minute would bring. That's
Well, it
true.
was scary times. You know, we didn't know what was going to
That
happen.
brings up a good point for all our foreigners out there. Speaking of Avavian does all our hats, shirts, all that stuff down here. So if you need that kind of stuff, see her. But for all of, we call them foreigners, you know, our out-of-staters. In the very near future, we'll have T-shirts, hats, all that sort of stuff online where you can go online and order it, and we'll ship it to you.
Yeah. Felicia
And,
says, I'm very disappointed that Kurt didn't tell me that the podcast was starting up tonight.
Yeah,
Kurt's no
Kurt's
good.
a busy
We're
man.
supposed to be having cousin Kurt on here sometime.
I know, yeah.
He's
Looking forward to that.
What kind of words you got for us tonight?
Words? All right. Let's
Some Appalachia hillbilly slang words.
All right, here we go. Side-goggling.
I know that one.
Side goggling.
Side-goggling.
I know it. and,
Appalachian word
you
of
know,
the week.
It's not a word that you're going to
That's
hear
like-
used every day, but I know what it means. It's side-goggling.
Side-goggling.
Means it's out of whack.
Goggling.
Like, say you're looking
Yeah.
at a building, you're building a building, and you're looking at a building, and the building don't look right. It's out of whack. It's side-goggling. It's off.
Yeah, or
Yeah,
somebody
side-goggling.
standing, you know, a little
Yeah,
bit.
or somebody standing
Like I do,
sideways.
you know,
Yeah,
sometimes.
That word of yours.
yeah. That's an old one.
Well, we'll read what the definition says. We use this word growing up to describe anything from a crooked picture frame to a weird situation.
There you go.
You ever had a side-goggling day?
Well, it means out of whack. I think I got it right. No, I got it right. Will?
Yeah, you're right. We'll go
I
with
feel
that.
like you got it right.
Yeah, I'm 100%.
Out of whack, yeah.
Yeah.
This is one I've never heard. Is Irish.
It's not Irish, it's Irish.
Irish.
It's an old hillbilly
Irish.
slang, and it comes from the original
I keep
English
saying it
language. Means it's chilly. Like in September when you're outside and it gets cool in the
Yeah.
evening, it gets a little chilly. Read the definition, see how close
Yeah.
I am.
Courtney, I can't believe you never heard of
Chilly or
side
cool.
goggling.
Often describing a light breeze. It's
What
a
did it
little
say?
Irish today, perfect for sitting on the porch and
Yeah.
whittling. Let's do that.
So how close was that?
You was right on the money.
All right.
He hit the bullseye, boy.
Yeah.
Right on the money. Is that a saying? Right on the money.
On the
Right on
money.
the money, honey.
Yeah.
We got
Or pert nerd it.
Pertinent,
got
yeah, pertinent.
catawampus.
I don't know that.
Catawampus?
Maybe a crazy woman?
No.
Oh, that comes to
Catawampus?
mind. I don't know.
I think catawampus is like something too big. You know, it's just a catawampus time, or it's catawampus. That's like a catawampus.
It looks like it means the same thing as side-goggling. Sort
Yeah,
of.
out of whack. Yeah,
Refers to something that's askew or out of alignment.
All right.
yeah.
We've had some catawampus adventures while being gone. More on that later.
All right.
Boy, we got to get some hillbilly words.
You gotta tell everybody the
All
word you
these
heard the other
words,
day.
all these words is in the dictionary. We
I
got
learned a new word.
to do better than that.
It's not a hillbilly word, but it's a new word.
Let's see.
It is autodidactic.
Autodidactic,
Autodidactic. Never heard it in my life.
not to be confused with.
I heard it the other day, and being the intellectual reacher and seeker that I am,
Oh yeah, you're a big time
I
seeker.
looked it up, and it means self-taught. Self-taught. If you're autodidactic, you're teaching, you're reading and teaching
So
yourself.
that's the reason I could read when I was 4.
Yeah, self-taught, autodidactic.
Let's see, I don't even know if we're saying it right. Let's see. Autodidact.
Autodidact. Well,
Autodidact. That's our word. We've been taught we're smart.
Close.
You was smart.
Okay.
Close.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we can skip that one if you don't care.
Yeah, we're gonna pass that. That's out of our reach. You got any more, John?
That's it. Well, I got. There's one called dope, but I don't know.
Call what?
I was talking about that earlier. I think we know what dope means around here nowadays, but I think back in the early days of soda pop, like Coca-Cola and Pepsi.
Or dope could be like somebody's dopey, acting like our guest here.
Yeah.
Dope.
Well, it can mean dope can mean like you're real cool. You know what I mean? You're dope, man. That's dope, man.
I never heard it that way. But
Oh yeah, I have, ain't you, John?
Yeah, that's dope, man. That's cool.
I never heard that before.
That must have been like a 90s
I must
thing.
have like groovy and
Well,
all
I'm
right.
a '90s kid, you know.
Yeah,
But
that's dope, man.
Right on. And
yeah,
groovy.
but like, man, your car's dope. You ain't never heard that, Don?
No,
yeah.
sir.
But I think what it's looking for there in the early days of Pepsi and Coca-Cola, I think they even put some kind of drugs in it.
What's cocaine and Coca-Cola?
And that's why they called it dope instead of pop. That's what I think. But I ain't 100%. What's it say?
Coke will make
It
your day.
says, you want a dope with your burger. That's so weird to say.
So
you
Coke.
better specify if you want a Coke, Pepsi, or
I had it right. Huh? Yeah.
Oh, guys, leave us down in the comments below what kind of words you want us to use. If there's some words we're not ever said, let us know. We'll
There
try
you
to
go, yeah.
try to see if we know them.
Stump us, if you can.
Yeah. We got to stump the Big John.
Yeah.
It's
There you
easily
go.
done.
Guys, we're so glad you tuned in. Share this out here and like it. And the more support we get, the more we'll do. Looks like we got a lot of viewers on here, and we appreciate you all.
Yeah, we can watch over on YouTube too. I know a lot of people like watching on YouTube.
Let us know.
Yeah.
Give us something to talk about.
I think we got a lady that
we never rehearse, or this is all ad
Specialize in
lib. And
roots.
we got a lady's going to come on that does I can't remember her. What's her name?
The Appalachian Forger.
Yeah, and she does all this. She goes through the woods and finds all this. I guess like ginseng, yellow root, all these
she's
medicinal.
a root lady.
All these medicinal.
She lives in a root cellar in West Virginia.
Roots.
I mean, that's what I heard. I don't know. You can look it up.
She's from Lawrence County, and she like ginseng, the ones that I would think of would be ginseng, yellow
Maybe it's
root,
I'm talking about a different woman. I
snake
don't know.
root. But anyway,
Mushrooms too, stuff.
morel mushrooms, all this stuff that you can live off of the land. She'd come on and give us a little tour of that,
that'd be-
which would be
Hey.
pretty handy. you see.
Hey, I heard something the other day that's interesting. That a human being, can live off 1 teaspoonful of honey will sustain a human being for 24 hours. Nothing else.
Wow,
Yeah.
That's cool.
Honey is an amazing thing.
I like honey.
I know you can't go long without water. Like it's 3 days without water.
I
You'll
think
die?
3 days without water.
You can go without food for a long time.
About a week, about 7 days.
Uncle Al, who is our great veteran for our great country, Uncle Al served in Vietnam. My mom's oldest brother. He says skedaddle. That
Skedaddle,
means
that
get out,
means
get the heck out of Dodge.
Get out of
Al.
here.
I've heard that one. I know what it
Skedaddle.
means.
Yeah, get out of here.
Looks like our cousin David Howard says that it is mine and Amanda's neighbor. We call her Pickle, but her real name is Ariana. It's her birthday. So happy birthday, Ariana Allen.
You gonna sing to her? Or?
Happy birthday
Day to you. Come on, John.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Pickle.
Pickle.
Happy birthday to you.
What's the shortest version? This is your birthday song. It's not very long, and it ends.
I like that.
That's all right.
That would do it. That would do it.
This
That
is your
would do it,
birthday
yeah.
song. It's
You
not
always
very
need a
long.
short
It's
thing when you're in a hurry,
That
John?
was a good joke, Tom.
Good
A
joke.
good joke.
Yeah. Got to be a good joke that you've
A
heard.
good joke you've heard in a while. Not one that's dirty.
Well, I'll get one while he's thinking.
Look, you got one.
I got one. What
mule-
does you got
Go
one,
ahead.
Don?
No, go ahead.
What does a fish smoke to get high? Seaweed.
There you go. All right. That's pretty good. Give us a drum roll. A mule walks into a bar and the bartender says, "Hey, buddy, why the long face?"
So,
One of your singing voices so dope. Courtney said.
well, me and Courtney are 90s kids. We know what it means.
I've never heard that before.
We had some dope rides back in the day.
Dope rides.
Oh. Yeah, we have a good time down here, guys. We appreciate you all tuning in. Like I said, the more you share it and get it out there, the more we'll stay with it. We enjoy it. We're glad to be back. We're going to try starting out, I think, to do it twice a month, every other week. It won't be on Wednesday because we realize a lot of the people that watch us go to prayer meeting on Wednesdays. I think they call it. I don't think they call it prayer meeting no more, do they?
Yeah, I believe they do.
They still call it prayer meeting? They did back in my day.
You can, yeah.
Bible study.
Well, just meeting, you know. We call it meetings. That's what they call it. It's not. They call it service now.
Yeah, but back in my day, it was prayer meeting on Wednesdays.
I can remember in the '60s when the gospel come to Fair Middle Fork. I remember the very day. Yeah, it was big. It was huge.
Huge.
Yeah,
dope. It was dope.
Yeah, I guess so. I've never heard that. I'm not using that either.
But we're going to move it probably maybe to a Tuesday night is our plan. We'll let everybody know. Like I said, we don't want to interfere with anybody going to church. We're all about that. Whether it be prayer meeting or Sunday service or whatever, we want you to go if we can. And we believe in that and what it's all about. So
absolutely.
Christ who strengthens me, Philippians 4:13 on my wrist.
No, that's a good verse to remember.
That is good. That's my favorite one, the Philippians 4:13.
So Amanda has took on this new adventure here, and we've been delivering Amazon packages.
Talk about
so
that
Amazon is partnering with local businesses and small communities to help the overload of package. So, because so many people deliver on Amazon nowadays, and we delivered packages, and probably of the 27 packages we delivered, we probably knew 15 of them personally, and we lived that. You know, so it's pretty cool.
Would you let me? I always wanted to deliver a package.
Oh, you can ride along with me one day, dog.
I mean, that's on my bucket list.
We're going to get you a little brown suit.
I've got it.
No, I don't have to do that. I suppose maybe cap, you know.
Yeah.
I've got a blue Amazon cap and a blue Amazon vest. We'll put on Wolfe and let him deliver a package.
Yeah,
perfect.
we could call it.
We got to take a picture. We're going to record it and we'll put it on Appalachian
Farmhouse package delivery and whatever you want to do.
We do it all here. You know what I'm saying?
We'll record Wolfe.
We record it. Stop shop.
We'll record it.
And put it on
and then we can play it here live.
Yeah,
listen, guys. What we're talking about here is we will teach you how to whittle.
Yes.
We'll trade pocket knives with you.
Yes.
We'll make you a pizza. We'll make you a pound of bread. We'll make you a burger. We'll deliver your package.
There you go.
We do it all here.
We'll sell you a Pokemon.
We'll sell you a Pokemon or a baseball card.
Unbelievable.
Or a football card. It's big.
Local talent, CDs.
I got a pocket knife. Speaking of which,
we got a
doing more
CDs. I don't know how bad I
CDs.
got ripped on this thing. I bought it forever ago.
Great singer, musician. Got his CDs down here. We've got crocheted stuff, that unique stuff that you wouldn't believe. Well, it's just one stop, shop.
Yeah, I never heard of it. So you probably got ripped.
Let's see, John.
I got it a long time ago, but
guys,
it's got a little mass on it. I thought
give us some feedback out here on what you want to hear and see.
That's a saber.
What you want to talk about, what you want to hear and see. We're all over the place, but we want our fans to be happy. We appreciate y'all so much. It means a lot to us. It really does.
Oh yeah, it's awesome.
And for all you guys, we understand that a lot of you guys watch this going to work in the morning or driving home from work in the evening, and you watch it over on YouTube and all that. We appreciate you, everyone. We love our live audience.
I love doing it. It's a great outlet for me. I look forward to it.
It means a lot to us. We enjoy it.
If you guys could like and share, let's get this out, spread the word. We're on YouTube too. We're on the Facebook page, Appalachia Podcast, and then we're on the Farmhouse Diner page too. If
you're a local business out there and you'd like for us to give you a shout out any way we can help our local businesses, we're more than glad to. We want everybody to do good. That's
Jay Howard says he has a new YouTube video tonight at 8.
Go over and check out our man Jay Howard on YouTube at Tracked Outdoors and watch him smoke a deer if you're into that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jay, we may have to get you to come and film me and Don because we mean to absolutely smoke
There you go. This could be big.
Yeah, it could.
be awesome.
We're going to get on the mule, the mule,
Yeah.
and we're going to get off of it and walk over and get in a safe position and hunt all day and kill us a deer.
Yeah, and it'll be big. Huge E.
Huge E. Yeah, big, dope.
Huge.
It'll be dope.
Huge capital E. I really don't like that word. I can't help that dope. That don't relate to me in something cool.
Well, it's cool though.
Too many people's on dope now.
I don't know what it is.
It ain't real cool now.
Am I using that right, ain't I, babe? Dope? You rides dope? I thought so.
That used to be a thing. Yeah.
Is that a 90s thing?
It used to be a thing.
90s? That's a 90s thing. So
It used to be a thing. That's dope, yeah.
I always double check with Mrs. Allen to make sure I got it right.
Yeah. She's our editor-in-chief.
What's a tradition you think that you wish more people knew about here in Eastern Kentucky?
A tradition?
A tradition you wish more people knew about.
Well, whittling would be a good
I think just getting together
Yeah.
Yeah.
and socializing and talking and we Tony especially I did when I was younger. Everybody came to our house. We'd always have cookouts and just the social atmosphere of that and the good times. It was I think everybody should do that.
And I try to keep that alive as much.
Yeah, you're great. You do a great job.
We did it too. I think.
That's one thing.
If I wanted to reference it for 9/11, I think that the tradition here in the mountains of this area is how that if somebody is in trouble, as far as one of your neighbors and family, how the community rallies around them, how everybody comes together.
Yeah.
People here are not high on outsiders. Now, we love our travelers down here at the restaurant. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying, but if you go back in the mountains in these communities, they're not high on outsiders, but they're clannish.
Yeah.
They stick together. You can mark that down. That's why, I think I read an article somewhere that during World War II, the Japanese were considering invading the United States of America, and one of their planners said, you absolutely can't do it. Said they've all got guns and said they'll fight us till the last one's dead. He said, and we'll lose our whole island, everybody. So you can't do it, So, I mean, that's our community here. We stick together.
I don't know. I just don't think. What do you all think? People ought to know about this part of the country.
I think that although sometimes our traditions, and now when I'm talking about I'm talking about the older generation of us, which I'm part of that now. Oh, Lord have mercy, and John. But now these younger kids, they don't, not as much because they've been influenced by TV and TikTok and all this stuff.
Yeah.
But our language may seem silly, and our ways even may seem different. But if you get down to it, people in this area have been able to develop the easiest, simplest, most commonsensical way to do everything.
Well, we've learned to adapt.
And you adaptable.
I've learned to adapt, even from my, financial status, social. You got to be people in this country where they adapt good.
It's adaptability. It's the ability to adapt to changing environments, and it's adaptability.
I wish people would give Eastern Kentucky more of a shot. I feel like we get a bad rap for whatever reason because there's not much here, I guess.
But do we want it that way?
I don't know.
Do you want? Now, of course, we're smart enough to know that if you build huge factories in Magoffin County, you're bringing jobs.
Yeah.
But what comes with it? Would you rather?
Lots of different people.
Would you rather drive your Would you rather drive an hour each way to work and raise your children here, or vice versa?
I don't know.
Well, it's hard to have it both ways,
you
but
really have it both ways.
It'll catch up someday. I don't know if we want it to or not.
I mean, I catch myself going to Pikeville just a lot more just because there's a little bit more to do.
Yeah, but the great thing about Pikeville, you can drive to Pikeville and there's a lot to do, but the people are your people. It's the same culture.
That's true.
Now, when you go to Lexington, how do you feel?
Oh yeah, I ain't talking about Lexington big.
You see the difference. So you're able to go to Pikeville, and when you go into the gas station at Pikeville, you're talking to another hillbilly.
Yeah.
I think they're a little bit more redneck up there.
When you go to Lexington, you're in a different environment.
No, just kidding, Pikeville. I don't want no messages from
we
my
love Pikeville.
good friends in Pikeville.
But yeah,
I would like almost Magoffin County should be almost like Pikeville. We ain't that big, but
Well, I mean, you do realize that Pike County is the biggest county in the state of Kentucky, right?
It's big, yeah.
It's the biggest county in the state of Kentucky.
Is it the biggest?
By far.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I always thought like Louisville or somewhere was.
Well, it's not the biggest population-wise. It's the biggest area-wise.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, by far. And I think Floyd County is like second or third.
Floyd County?
Area-wise, not population-wise. Yeah.
No, sure.
Let's see. I had another topic here. Who's a good local legend of Magoffin County that people might not know?
Well,
about?
it depends on what you call a legend. A legend as in a
According to which rabbit hole you want to go down there, John?
A legend as in a womanizer, legendary womanizer, a legendary drunkard,
legendary good all-around good person,
legendary good person. They're all kinds
mean,
of
or like mean people. We've had some mean people here.
Yeah.
Legendary mean person.
We've got, of course, shout out to our Judge Matthew Wyman, because he's honoring our veterans.
Yeah.
And one that comes to mind to me would be Melvin Rudd. As a veteran, he was in Korea, if I understand it. Maybe some of these people can correct me if I'm wrong here, but he was in Korea and he had a pretty rough time over there. Got shot up pretty bad. So he's one. I think he was one of our most highly decorated veterans, wasn't he?
Yeah. I feel like people like that, or they deserve more credit than anybody.
Yeah, they do. Absolutely.
I can't imagine that. I missed Vietnam by just like a month or so. First time I ever got to vote in a presidential election. At that time, I think it's 72. You couldn't vote unless you was 21 for president. I think I'm right on that. Yeah, and they changed that. And I was 18, and he promised he would stop the draft and stop the Vietnam War. And that's the first president I ever got to vote for, was Richard Nixon.
Richard Nixon.
Yeah, and he did. He did what he said. And I didn't want to go, but I would have went. But
what am I going to expect with these quail eggs and squirrels, Tom?
Well, I don't know. I don't know what you're looking for, Renee.
I know what I'm looking for.
We've got, me personally, I've got a ton of family that left out of here, after World War II to work up north, so they were all raised in Michigan, and they come back regularly. And we love them all. We love everybody down here. We just, I don't know why people around here are clannish, but they are. But I mean, we love everybody. We're glad to have everybody. Magoffin County, we get a lot of travelers. That's one of the best things about this restaurant.
yeah,
Is I get to meet people.
Yeah, that is cool.
From all over. We get people traveling through here from Minnesota, Canada. We've had people from Ukraine. We had 3 or 4 guys the other day that I guess they were workers. They were They said they were contracting for T-Mobile, working on cell phone towers, and they were from Ukraine. So we get to sit and talk with people from different cultures.
Well,
and we love it. We enjoy it. We're glad to have everybody.
Farmhouse Diner is right here on what we call the main drag.
Yeah.
If you know what that is.
Well, Farmhouse Diner is kind of like Magoffin County. You get good food and less of a congested area. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Throw that out there.
I actually like this where you're located now than when you was.
Oh, you like it a lot better?
I do. I like it a lot better.
A little bit out, and we love it down here. We really do.
That is kind of legendary. I'm gonna read Rachel Sizemore's comment here. My 4 times great grandpa George Goldenhawk. That's different anyway. Middle name. Sizemore had 57 children and at least 14 wives. He got tried for bigamy, and the judge asked if it was true, and he said yes, and if I'd been a good-looking man as you, there'd be more.
Here's a good one. Tanner Stevens said Melvin Rudd laid under his fellow dead servicemen for 3 days before he could get back.
How you think of that?
That's pretty legendary.
That's legendary.
That's legendary.
I mean, if you know that's and hats off to Mr. Rudd. I know he's passed on now. I knew him. I know Don knew him. Did you know him, John?
First time I ever heard it. I've probably heard his name in passing, but didn't really.
His 2 sons. He's got 2 sons here local. Ralph and what's the youngest one name? He's Clara's little friends. Steve, Ralph and Steve, and they come in here pretty regular. And Steve's like a war historian, kind of like I am, so I've talked to him about books and stuff we read, but they're real good boys. And Melvin's a legend in my world. Anybody that does that for their country deserves legendary status.
Yep. But we do a lot of stuff.
Don, you got any good stories you've done lately, traveling or anything? You done over the break?
We was talking about legends. We kind of had a legendary guy that grew up on Fur Middle Fork. He was like, he told a lot of stories, but most of them were true, you know. And I could do 10 podcasts on just him alone. He was just a character, you know, and everybody knew him. And he was talking about the mule a while ago. It reminded me of him one day. I seen him and I said, well, I heard you've been in the hospital there, old buddy. And he said, yeah. He said, I wrecked Dad's old mule and broke my arm, but he meant a real mule. He wrecked a mule. And he broke his arm, and I said, well, what happened after that? And he said, well, I went over there, and he said, you know, I can't see hardly. And he said, they give me some Tylenol 4. And he said, I looked at that bottle wrong. It said take 1 every 4 hours, and I thought it said take 4 every hour. And he said I kind of went into a coma.
Yeah.
And he said, I lived with Dad there, you know, the old man. And he said, I could hear him, but I couldn't move. He said, I was paralyzed.
Oh, gee.
And he said, of course, he said, Dad got the biggest dope head on Fur Middle Fork to come and diagnose me. And he said, he raised my arm up and dropped it and said, Jack, I think he's dead. So that's just one of the stories. And that was true.
I'll tell you what, who's actually legendary right now that just recently happened is the the boys basketball team. They'll be legends.
There you go. Yeah, ever.
Probably the rest of their life. Every time I see one of those boys, I was like, man, that was just awesome.
Well, it'll be forever in
Every
history.
time I see
mean,
one, they don't know I exist, probably, but I know they exist.
Yeah, that's
I'll see them driving around in their little cars.
What did I see? 100 years of high school basketball here, and then they were the only ones to make it.
Every time I see one, I'm just like, man, that was just awesome.
And then they were able to win a game.
Yeah.
You know, advance to. I guess they would have been in the Elite Eight. Yeah.
They won a game in the
Elite Eight.
state tournament.
That was just legendary around here. So unless somebody else ever does it again,
I don't see it happening.
I mean, they got that Malachi Moreno, the people they faced after their first win. He's already going to UK.
And we had Coach Castle on here.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Before they went to the state game, and that was interesting. That was really good.
That was a legendary podcast.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was a legendary podcast.
You guys can see all this on YouTube.
Yeah, go back and watch our previous shows.
Previous shows if you want to.
You might get a laugh, you know.
You might.
I'm all about laughing. I mean, you know, laugh and have a good time.
Well, in a world full of uncertainty and high groceries and gasoline, you got to be able to laugh about
no negativity. I've quit it.
Don is anti.
I have boycotted the news all this year.
I don't watch the news.
And I've done really good. I feel better. You said I've looked happier. There you go.
You look happier, dog.
Yeah.
You got a certain glow about you.
Oh, yeah, it's the glow.
You ain't pregnant, are you?
It's that glow factor.
You're glowing.
What they call it here, Tony? The points, the aura.
The aura. Oh,
yeah. Your aura.
You got to watch about losing those aura points. You know.
Aura point. Yeah, we've learned that. Me and Don have.
Yeah, me too. I didn't know it either.
Yeah.
We're trying to learn some of this slang terminology these kids use, and
teenager slang.
We're trying to keep our aura points up.
If you do something embarrassing or stupid, they'll say, "Oh, you just lost.
Points,
you've lost a bunch, or you've gained some." You know.
and if you sneak this.
Oh, that is.
What is it?
Clara said I'm notorious to sneak this people. She said because I'll be looking them right in the eye, and she said sneak this. SNEAKDISS.
Oh, like sneakiness?
Yeah, sneak this.
Like you're dissing somebody sneaky.
I got you. Yeah.
So what you do, you look at somebody in the eyes, and they're thinking you're paying them a compliment when you're really cracking them. But you're good enough. Is that right? But you're good enough to where they don't even get that you're really cracking them.
Well,
I'd say you're pretty legendary at it.
Like a
I could do that.
Like a being sarcastic.
You're being sarcastic.
Yeah,
but
yeah. They can't tell.
Well, yeah, that's cool now.
That's standing on business. I like that one.
Yeah.
standing on business means you on your game. You know, you're doing what needs done. You're getting it done.
Yeah.
Elvis called it TCB, taking care of business.
Taking care of business.
Yeah, every day.
Yeah.
He was legendary.
We're going to get a little squirrel gravy up in here,
Squirrel
guys,
gravy,
to finish us off.
I was wanting to eat
Quail
some
egg.
squirrel brains, but they didn't fix the head.
You got the gravy? Bring the gravy.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Here we go.
We've got no room here.
Well, we'll just,
We even got bowls.
and then we want some pickled quail eggs. John's going to put them in his hide.
Bring some napkins, paper towels.
I dread it.
Squirrel gravy.
It looks like turkey gravy.
Turkey gravy?
It's that white gravy. I don't know if they can see it or not. Let's see.
Yeah, white gravy.
That's really good.
Yeah, so it's white, like you would eat at Thanksgiving or something.
There you go, John. Here you
Give
go,
me something
John.
to drink.
Thank you. So you eat it with a biscuit?
Here you go, Big Daddy.
You want a biscuit, Wolf?
Part of one, yeah.
Those are some big farmhouse biscuits right here. There you go. That's legendary. I don't want to make that a crappy biscuit.
You're all right. You eat one of these, you
So,
get some.
Squirrel gravy is really good. Which I already knew that. but
Pepper, please.
I've always heard
You don't
it.
need it's peppered to death. Don.
Yeah,
I don't
gotta
think you
have
need it.
Move my mic out of the way.
I pepper ice cream.
I don't
How
think.
do you put it on it, or why does it look gelatin-y?
You eat it any
You
way
ever
you
eat
want
new
to,
potatoes
John.
and gravy, John?
Yeah.
It's the same concept. Try it. You'll like it. It's really good.
I haven't had this in a while. Reminds me of my mama, and that makes me sad.
Me too. It's really good.
You just scoop it like soup.
Makes me happy too, though.
Now, if you say that ain't good, there's something wrong with you.
Oh, I suck it.
Well, I just got a bit, but I ain't gonna call back.
It tastes like turkey gravy. Like
Little lead.
tastes like gravy you'd eat at Thanksgiving.
Well, I got that pepper.
Well, what's your first thoughts, John?
It's good. It tastes like
Is it something you could eat?
I could eat that. It tastes like Thanksgiving that gravy.
Well, yeah. Turkey and gravy, don't it, John?
It tastes like turkey. Yeah, turkey gravy.
Well, my batch has got a little lead shot in it, but that's all right.
Pepper. Well,
It tastes fine to me, people.
Could you eat it and enjoy it?
I could eat that, yeah. And apparently I'm the city slicker around here, so.
Well, I think that for me, the green pepper in it is really good.
Let me get a piece of meat here.
I just got a shot.
I did too.
And you killed that one, right? You killed these squirrels?
Well, John, I may or may not have my hunting license,
Oh.
so let's not go into that.
You gotta have a hunting license for squirrels, do you?
Yeah.
Do you really?
Disclaimer, I'm not saying I shot these squirrels.
You got a squirrel season. Season's in.
You're not
Yeah.
supposed to swallow the shots, John. Tanner, I don't know what you're talking about. You mean like the gunshots?
Buckshot, John. Lead, you got to spit it out.
Okay. I don't see none in it. You're the best with me now.
Be honest with me, John. give me a census.
Well, on a scale?
Yeah.
1 to 10.
Yeah.
1 to 10 squirrel gravy grade. Is that what you want to hear?
Yeah, from you.
From me. All right. Big John's squirrel gravy grade. I give it an 8 out of 10.
That's good. That's solid.
That's good.
Yeah.
I think it's good.
Don,
I've got to go a little more than that. I love it.
I know you've had a lot of it. What do you think about this variety?
This is super good. I'm going to give it a 10.
All right.
You'll feel it.
Yeah, you don't want to swallow that lead shot. Yeah, chew it up good.
Y'all can't chew it. If you bite down on something hard, spit that out.
Okay. All right.
Or you can swallow it.
You can swallow. It won't hurt you.
Yeah, I could eat that all the time. It ain't bad.
Okay.
I always heard squirrel gravy was good, though.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
always heard it was good. Never ate it. I heard it was good.
Well, when Mom fixed squirrel when I was a boy, we fixed the head and all. There they was, them little teeth, and they'd bust its head and eat the brains. That's a delicacy, kind of.
Now, guys, I don't.
Now, the hog sauce was that was a different story.
I don't have a regular chicken egg for reference, but I'm going to show you the size of a quail. This is a salt shaker.
Salt
Gives
shaker.
you a size comparison.
Salt shaker versus the quail eggs, guys, right there. I don't know if you can hear me.
Quail eggs are. I just want the people to see if you've never had.
Yeah. Well, so Tony was showing off the quail eggs there.
I thought it was white M&Ms.
This right here. White M&Ms.
Big John, what you want to do here?
All right, I'm listening.
Now this is not your like a full chicken egg. This is a quail egg. This is pickled and pickled bologna.
A quail that goes, how do they go, Tony?
Bite size, so you don't want to ever chew on these. You
Called a or a bob white.
You bite them?
You pop them.
You pop them. Okay, so you don't bite down like you pop
You
them.
pop them. It's bite size.
And they go, or something like that. My lips are dry. Wow, look how tiny that is. Reminds me of something.
Woo, that pickle.
Oh, it's pickle's good for your stomach.
I think I'd rather have like boiled or something.
So you would rather have it boiled with no pickle juice?
Yeah, I ain't much on pickle juice.
Well, then tell me this. Why did the old timers pickle everything?
So it lasts longer.
Ah!
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go,
That
guys.
ain't bad, no. It tastes like a regular egg. Probably could use like some salt or something.
I think it reminds me of,
I'll eat another one.
have you ever ate the pickled mushrooms, like mushrooms in Italian dressing? That's good too.
I can pop them all day long, son.
I guess let's just say just boiled, Tanner, all right? Without the pickled taste. Like, I don't like pickled regular eggs, so but I love eggs.
The squirrel gravy, pickled eggs are an acquired taste. I love pickled eggs. I can eat them all day long.
Pickled corn is the best thing there is. I ain't never had pickled corn either.
The squirrel
I'm gonna-
gravy, I got to give shout outs to my wife because I've eaten a lot of squirrel gravy and that's about as good as I ever
It
had.
is, really is. I promise you it is. I'll pass on the eggs.
Why?
Uh-oh.
Do you like pickled bologna?
Well, I like the pickled, I don't think I've eaten pickled bologna, but the pickled wieners, you know.
Well, same thing, pickled wieners. You like pickled wieners?
What is the frying?
some
That's
of it,
probably the
yeah.
fan.
Yeah.
That was a little bit odd taste to me there.
Yeah, that's the fan in the background. It's hot. Hot in here. Go ahead and keep it on. Honey, I can eat pert near anything pickled. I save the pickle juice and drink it too.
Well, yeah, you got to. That's part of it.
Oh yeah, Tony's the one legendary. He's legendary eater of the pickled eggs.
The only difference in that squirrel gravy and maybe traditional was we added some onions and green peppers just for flavor when we cooked
Oh, you
the
done
meat
it
down.
right.
That's good. Yeah,
I
that's,
thought it was good that way.
Can
but
I take some
people-
home?
Yeah, you can have it all.
Okay.
Some people may not.
that's good.
Some people may not like it like that.
Well, in light of what I've been seeing on Facebook today, are we going to do any cats and dogs or anything?
No, no.
This is it right here. This is the score.
I mean, I grew up with some people that ate cats and dogs. I ain't going to lie about it.
Squirrel gravy's all.
I've
over
never,
the
I don't think I've ever had any. If I have, I didn't know it. But I do know people that has ate
But we
cat
had this talk before.
and dogs right here in the county.
We had this talk before in one of our earlier podcasts. Were it between me starving or my child starving, I'll eat the dogs.
Oh yeah, we'll fry them up.
Yeah, we had this talk. I mean, that's not.
Yeah, that's,
What about if you had like a pet hog or something? Would just eat a little bit at a time? Would that be okay?
speaking of that,
You know,
my daughter and son have.
The
they have
only
a
way that
little-
would be okay if you pickled it so it would keep.
I've been
I mean,
aggravating
just
them.
maybe they have like 3 legs
Oh,
I've been aggravating them about the little pig.
and keep it. Okay.
I've been aggravating them about the little pet pig. I
Yeah.
said, son, what are you going to do whenever it gets real hot outside and that little pig's just sitting there on that rock or something like that? And it starts just like smelling.
they got a pet pig.
They got a little pet pig, yeah. We'll own their
pot-
little pet
a
pig.
pot-bellied
A little
pig?
pot-bellied pig.
I was just talking about getting through a tough spell, you know.
Well, I like messing with them, so I'm like, son, what are you going to do? I said, when it gets real hot out one day and that pig just sitting there and it's kind of baking a little bit, it starts smelling like bacon. You gonna get hungry?
Well,
He goes, shut up, Dad. No, I ain't gonna eat my pig. I was like, he might taste good. He's
I'll tell you a funny story. Me and one of my cousins and some of the family was camping out, and some of the other cousins had a pot-bellied pig running around, and we eat the pot-bellied pig. I'll leave it there. There was alcohol involved and campfires and all that good stuff.
You ate it.
We ate it. And the cousin now, he's older than me, but he's reformed, and I'm not going to call his name, but we eat the potbelly pig. Yeah, it was his idea.
His initials is HF, eh?
But his initials is HF.
Oh,
yeah.
And he got the big hankering that we was starving to death, and he wanted to eat the potbelly pig. So
Well, he got the munchies. I know what that
we
thing.
eat the potbelly pig.
so I can't tell.
I think where I draw the line, if it's got a name, I can't eat it.
That is a little hard, I would say. But I'm like, so what are you going to do when that pig starts, it's real hot outside and it's, it's laying on a rock or something, it starts frying a little bit.
There you go. You smell
That
like
is,
bacon. It's tough.
Starts smelling like bacon.
It's tough.
The frying noise is tenderloin in a skillet over here frying, honey. We got to have something to match off the squirrel gravy.
He goes, shut up, Dad. I'm not going to eat my pig. I was like, but he tastes awful good. He's just messing with it.
Oh, disclaimer before we get offline tonight.
Disclaimer.
We have a restaurant here, and we follow the guidelines. This squirrel gravy and these pickled quail eggs were not any part of this restaurant or served to anybody but me and my friends, and we choose to eat it. It's nothing to do with this restaurant. We're not selling it, none of that good stuff. This is my friend Don and my friend John, and we chose to eat some pickled quail eggs and squirrel gravy. So, just, disclaimer.
We report, you decide.
Yeah. Is that a pretty good disclaimer?
Yeah, that's good.
All right.
We signed waivers. How about that? If you guys are watching right now and you want something to do, go review the Farmhouse Diner page on Google.
Yeah, give us a shout out there, guys. We get a lot of travelers like we was talking about, and they look at these reviews, and we want to hear back from people. We want funny story before we go about chickens.
All right, let's hear it.
So Amanda's in the chicken business, and she's got a mean rooster.
How many chickens she got?
6 hens and a rooster right now. But so we had this one rooster we got off cousin HF. He gave it to her. And he's meaner than a cut coon, this rooster. And she was scared to death of it.
See her face right now.
Claire was scared of it. Everybody was scared of it except me. So I had to get in there and fight with it. And listen, it was a meaning. Well,
A bad rooster.
bad rooster. So one day, he flogged me and I got to kick him. But anyway, to make a long story short, I got her another rooster off my cousin Jamie. He gave me a beautiful big 6-month-old.
Is this going in sad?
Yeah, golden buff. Beautiful big yellow rooster.
Are we going to cry now?
I don't like where this is going.
Amanda named him George, and
Oh, you had a name and everything, Joe.
yeah, and we put him in with the hens, and them stinking hens killed him. Deader than disco. They killed him. Because I guess where he was young, he wasn't. So then I had to make another trade, and I traded 16 quails to a rooster and 2 hens.
Yeah.
So now we got, what's the new rooster's name?
Hondo.
Now we got Hondo, the rooster,
I like that name.
and we got some hens.
Well, how's he getting along with them?
Everything's good now. It's smooth living at the house. Everybody's good.
Well, there's a moral to that story about something to do with male and females here.
Well, I'm thinking maybe that them old ornery hens needed a rooster to keep them in line.
Well, I thought he was a bad dad. I mean, the other one was bad. I got you.
Right.
Okay.
And then you put the docile rooster in with all the hens. Docile,
No, so I like that.
Docile, like
Yeah.
laid back, easy going.
Could be
Okay.
called docile. Some people call it docile.
I think I've heard docile.
Well, it's just a pronunciation thing. John.
Yeah.
But anyway, you put the docile rooster in with the grumpy hens, and they whacked him. So maybe we come to conclude that the rooster was so ornery, kind of the way the hens was treating him, and he was
Well,
having to fight back.
You got like a hood coop,
Yeah. So,
chickens in the hood.
but now we have the right rooster and the right hen combo, and everything in the chicken
All
coop
smooth.
is smooth. So I just wanted to let everybody aware of that.
That's dope. I mean, cool, man.
That was dope. That was a dope story.
Well, Don, what's your thoughts on that? I'm curious, because I know you've eaten a lot of squirrel gravy. I have too, with a little bit of onion and green pepper in there.
That's the only way to go.
Okay, just making sure you like it.
I love it.
I
Yeah,
liked it.
Yeah, it
I
gives
think
it a
you
little
could.
flavor.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
All right.
Yeah, that's good.
So, guys, from now, if you want to make squirrel gravy, when you're cooking your squirrel down, if you want to try to put you some onions and some green pepper, just let it cook down with your meat, Really gives you squirrel gravy a good flavor. That's my opinion.
And you can put those shots, like if you got a salad, you can sprinkle them on the salad, you know, and they look just like them little black things people put on them fancy salads. That would work, wouldn't it?
Yeah, same thing.
There you go. Yeah.
But it's really good.
Couldn't be as hard as a crouton. I mean, that
really
would break your
squirrel
teeth.
gravy here. Squirrel gravy reminds me of new potatoes and gravy, the texture of the gravy in squirrel gravy.
Listen, guys, tell us what you want us to talk about. Give us some ideas later on this week or next week, you know.
Yeah, we'll be back in 2 weeks.
We will be back on Tuesday, not this coming Tuesday, but the next Tuesday. What's the date, John?
It's 11, so it'll be the 24th.
We will be back on the 24th at 7 bells with a whole new bunch of stuff to talk about and blow about. And if you guys got any material you want to talk about, reach out to us and let us know. Like I said,
we'll do about anything. We'll eat. Yeah. We'll try about anything.
We'll try any kind of cuisine. My neighbor's got some cuisines he wants us to try out, so I'll probably have some of that pretty soon.
I'll tell you what was the nastiest stuff. I know what mine was that we ate.
The sardines for me by far.
The sardines.
I can't.
And that one weird
sauce.
potted meat.
Yeah.
The big can.
The veinies that tasted like dishwashing liquid.
Yeah, that was
that was sick. But now them sardines.
The sardines, I like to never get that off
we're
my
gonna have to get some more food
finger.
challenges, whatever you got.
Yeah.
I've never done a hot chip challenge. I don't know if you guys are up for it.
What do you mean a hot chip? Like hot sauce?
I don't know.
No, like it comes in a little package and you crack it open and you eat it.
Yeah, it's hot sauce basically.
No, I can't do that.
It's like a big black chip.
Well, I can eat one hotter than you. I bet on it.
I'll tell you what's bad about that.
I'll do it.
You'll have to go to the river to use the bathroom. Keep setting the woods afar.
Let me tell you the key. I learned this because I did a challenge in Tennessee. Got a sticker. Made the Wall of Fame and everything. The key to eating anything hot like that before we get off here tonight, you got to have a little sweet milk or ice cream close by. For some reason,
dairy.
Sweet milk and ice cream offsets that hot. So if you're going to do something like that, because when I eat that chip down there in Tennessee, you know, I got me a big sticker. I got my picture up on the wall. But I went as fast as my body could take me down there to that ice cream shop and got me a vanilla ice cream.
I'm not eating nothing hot. I'm not eating anything hot. You can have that.
You ain't going to do the hot chip challenge if I get 3?
No.
We'll have to get somebody to step in, Kodo.
Guys, if you tune in next podcast, we will have the video of me. Amanda's got the video when I broke the hot chip challenge and
I never heard about this.
Oh yeah.
Right now we can play it live.
I done a dive to the ice cream shop.
How come I've not heard about this?
Oh yeah. Well, Clara was little, and back then I was still her
that's a long time ago.
And she was talking to these people. And we were standing there at the counter, and she was friendly little thing, and they're like, well, we got a hot chip challenge. Well, she's standing there. My dad can do that.
Uh-oh.
I said, oh, Clara, what? My daddy can do that. I know he can. And she's talking to him like this right here, Don.
Yeah.
She's about, 7, 8 years old? And this guy says, no, now, honey. He said, this is the hottest chip. My daddy can do that. I know he can. Dad, can you do that? And I'm
Gotta do it now.
Yeah.
Oh, God. But anyway, next podcast, we will have the video.
All right.
And I
need to order some chips?
I was her hero for that.
How long did you last without taking the drinks up?
I didn't take a drink, nothing. I made a mad dash to the ice cream shop. It was like in Tennessee, but it was like a little, I don't know, shopping.
Oh, okay.
But it had several different shops.
How bad was it? I mean, was you hurting?
Oh, yeah, it was punishing, terrible. Yeah, I was hurting all over. The tears were running down my face, and the sweat beads popping out of my forehead, my stomach a cranking.
Oh, God.
And I was a shaking.
Well,
Yeah.
What about on the evac a few days later? How'd that go?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you know how it is. Yeah, it burns.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, what are you going to do when your little 7, 8-year-old daughter? My daddy can do that.
Yeah. You have to do it.
Guys, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. We've enjoyed it. We'll be back. Like I said, we got a lot of stuff coming up. We'll keep everybody posted. Send us some suggestions. Thanks to Big John for always being here for us and taking care of everything.
He does a great job.
Come down and visit us. We got arcades down here.
Yeah.
Come play Street Fighter, buy some Pokemon cards.
Every Friday night, 7 till we try to get up by 9. Live music or half-dead music, whatever you want to do it, you know. We try to get it in. Got
have
some
a great
great
time with the live
great
music.
talent
Great time.
in this area here. You know, we've
Great time.
really been having a good time with that.
We're going to put up some merch too.
Going to have some merch online in the next coming little bits. Our friends over at Creekside Stitching are hooking us up with some merch. So,
And the main thing to come to Farmhouse Diner is the food. It's unbelievable.
Oh, yeah.
And the pizza, all homemade.
Pizza. That's why I try to tell everybody, pizza and cards, how much better you get. Social. This is a social gathering place.
I
I don't know how
appreciate
long
y'all
it'll be,
for sure.
But Avian's working on all the merch right now, so it will be in the near future. You will be able to, if everything works out right, you will be able to jump on to Farmhouse Diner, order your merch, check out online, and then we'll ship it to you. So it'll be.
There you go.
It's going to be pretty big. We're going to have a big time with it, and we love y'all. And
Listen, God bless y'all, and thank you so much.
God bless you. Stay safe out there, and tune in next week.